Nuts over 60. The 4 you must eat and the 4 that could be hurting your heart. There's something comforting about the crunch of a handful of nuts in the afternoon sun, isn't there? Maybe it's the texture, earthy, rich, satisfying. Or maybe it's the ritual, sitting down with a small bowl, a warm cup of tea, and a moment to yourself. For many seniors, nuts are more than just a snack. They're a part of daily life, a source of energy, a reminder of simpler times. But what if I told you that some of those same nuts you reach for every day could be silently working against your health? What if the very thing you thought was protecting your heart was actually increasing your risk of cardiovascular disease by nearly half? It may sound dramatic, even alarming, but science doesn't lie. According to research published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology, frequent consumption of the wrong kind of nuts can increase your risk of heart disease by as much as 48%, especially after the age of 60. And it's not just about cholesterol or calories. Some nuts quietly promote inflammation, raise blood pressure, clog arteries, and even accelerate cognitive decline. That's not fear-mongering. It's a wake-up call. As we grow older, our bodies change. Our metabolism slows. Our organs work harder. Our bones become more fragile. Our brains require more support. Every bite matters more than ever before. And yet, so many of us continue eating the same foods we always have, without realizing that what was once healthy may no longer serve us, and worse, may be harming us. Let me take you behind the scenes of one of the most misunderstood food groups, nuts. In this article, I'll show you why certain nuts can do more harm than good as you age, which 4 nuts are powerhouses of nutrition for seniors, which 4 should be avoided at all costs, and why. Real-life stories from people who changed their health simply by switching up their snacks. Practical tips for incorporating these nuts into your daily routine. And yes, the shocking truth about the #1 most dangerous nut that almost no one talks about. This isn't just about diet. It's about dignity, independence, and quality of life. It's about living well, not just longer. So grab a seat, and maybe a better snack, and let's dive in. Why nuts matter more than ever after 60. By the time you hit 60, your body has been through a lot. Decades of meals, stress, weather changes, medications, joys, losses, and everything in between. And now, more than ever, what you put into your body determines how you feel, how sharp your mind stays, how strong your bones remain, how steady your heart beats. Nuts are often praised for being heart healthy. But here's the catch. Not all nuts are created equal, especially when it comes to aging bodies. Some nuts are packed with nutrients that protect your brain, lower blood pressure, and keep your thyroid humming. Others, however, contain hidden dangers, toxins, inflammatory compounds, and even drug interactions that can undo years of careful self-care. Imagine this. You've spent decades avoiding processed foods, choosing whole grains, exercising regularly, and staying socially engaged. You've done everything right, and then one simple choice, your go-to afternoon snack, starts to chip away at your progress. Wouldn't it be powerful to know exactly which nuts to embrace and which to avoid? Let's start with the ones you must eat. The 4 nuts every senior should be eating. These aren't just good choices, they're game changers. Each of these nuts has unique properties that directly address the top health concerns of aging: bone density loss, cognitive decline, high blood pressure, and hormonal imbalances. Let's meet them one by one. The 4 nuts every senior should be eating. These aren't just good choices, they're game changers. Each of these nuts has unique properties that directly address the top health concerns of aging: bone density loss, cognitive decline, high blood pressure, hormonal imbalances. Let's meet them one by one. 1. Almonds, the bone-strengthening powerhouse. You probably already know almonds are healthy, but did you know they're like a full-body shield for your bones? Calcium is essential for strong bones, and almonds deliver a punch. 1/4 cup of almonds gives you around 97 milligrams of calcium, which is about 10% of your daily needs. That might not sound like much, but consider this. Your bones are losing density every year after 60. Without enough calcium, fractures become more likely and recovery becomes slower, more painful, and sometimes impossible. But almonds offer more than just calcium. They also contain magnesium, a mineral many seniors are deficient in. Magnesium acts like a traffic cop, making sure calcium goes where it's needed, your bones, and not where it shouldn't be, your arteries. Think of it as nature's way of preventing calcification in your heart. And then there's the fiber, about 3.5 grams per serving, which helps ease constipation, a common issue for many seniors. Plus, almonds are loaded with vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant that protects brain cells from oxidative damage. In fact, studies from Tufts University show that almonds help prevent age-related cognitive decline, especially when eaten with the skin on, which contains flavonoids that double the antioxidant power. How to eat them? Stick to raw or dry roasted, unsalted almonds. Aim for 15 to 20 almonds per day. If chewing is difficult, try almond butter, but choose varieties without added sugar or hydrogenated oils. Stop sign pro tip. Almonds can be a choking hazard for seniors with swallowing issues. Always chew thoroughly or opt for sliced almonds mixed into oatmeal or smoothies. 2. Walnuts, the brain booster. If you look closely at a walnut, it looks eerily similar to a human brain. Coincidence? Maybe. But science shows walnuts really do act like brain fuel. They're the only nut that provides a significant amount of plant-based omega-3 fatty acids, ALA, the kind that supports neurotransmission and keeps brain cell membranes flexible. Studies show that seniors who ate 1.5 ounces of walnuts daily for 8 weeks experienced improved processing speed and mental flexibility. Walnuts also contain melatonin, which helps regulate sleep cycles. As we age, melatonin levels drop, leading to restless nights and foggy mornings. Eating walnuts in the evening can help restore natural sleep rhythms. Plus, they're packed with arginine and polyphenol compounds that relax blood vessels and reduce oxidative stress. In fact, walnuts may enhance the effectiveness of blood pressure medications by keeping arteries flexible. Why have you check mark how to eat them? Store walnuts in the fridge to keep their delicate oils fresh. Aim for 7 to 9 halves per day. Try them crushed over yogurt, blended into pesto, or straight out of the shell for a mindful eating experience. Light bulb bonus. Cracking your own walnuts keeps fine motor skills sharp and gives you a sense of accomplishment with every satisfying crunch. 3. Pistachios, the blood pressure hero. Pistachios are often overlooked, but don't let their modest size fool you. These little green wonders pack a powerful punch when it comes to heart health. With around 285 milligrams of potassium per ounce and very little sodium, pistachios help balance electrolytes and naturally lower blood pressure. In fact, studies show they can reduce systolic blood pressure by 3 to 5 points, about the same effect as some prescription medications, but without side effects. Pistachios also contain lutein and zeaxanthin, 2 carotenoids that protect your eyes from age-related macular degeneration, the leading cause of vision loss in seniors. And let's not forget the joy of shelling them. Research from the International Journal of Obesity found that the visual cue of empty shells helps control portion sizes, making pistachios a great tool for mindful snacking. Why have you check mark how to eat them? Look for unsalted or lightly salted pistachios. Aim for about 49 kernels per day. They're soft enough to enjoy even with sensitive teeth and easy to add to salads, trail mixes, or desserts. Stethoscope for diabetics. Pistachios have 3 g of fiber per ounce, helping to stabilize blood sugar levels. Perfect for the 25% of Americans over 60 who are diabetic or pre-diabetic. 4. Brazil nuts, the thyroid guardian. Thyroid health is often ignored until it causes fatigue, weight gain, mood swings, and sluggishness. And yet, up to 20% of seniors over 60 suffer from undiagnosed thyroid disorders. Enter the Brazil nut, nature's richest source of selenium. Just one Brazil nut gives you 137% of your daily selenium needs, a mineral critical for activating thyroid hormones. Selenium also plays a role in preserving myelin sheaths around nerve cells, meaning it supports reflexes, reaction time, and brain function. Brazil nuts also contain fiber and natural oils that aid digestion, a welcome relief for seniors struggling with constipation. And emerging research suggests that antioxidants in Brazil nuts may slow the shortening of telomeres, the protective caps on chromosomes that shrink with age. How to eat them? Limit intake to 1 to 2 nuts per day to avoid selenium overload. Store in the fridge to prevent rancidity. Choose raw, unroasted nuts still in the shell whenever possible. You've just learned about the 4 nuts that can support your heart, brain, bones, and thyroid function as you age. Now it's time to talk about the flip side, the 4 nuts that might be quietly sabotaging your health without you even realizing it. These aren't inherently bad foods. In fact, some of them are praised for their flavor or texture. But when it comes to seniors, especially those over 60, these 4 nuts come with risks that often outweigh their benefits. Let's dive into each one and uncover why they're not always the best choice. 1. Peanuts, the silent inflammation trigger. Yes, peanuts are technically legumes, not true nuts. And that distinction matters more than you might think. Peanuts grow underground, where they're more likely to be exposed to mold and toxins. One of the most dangerous is aflatoxin, a toxic compound produced by certain fungi that naturally grow on crops like peanuts. Aflatoxins are known liver toxins and have been linked to an increased risk of liver cancer. For younger people, occasional exposure may not be a big deal, but for seniors, whose livers become less efficient at detoxifying over time, regular peanut consumption can pose a real threat. But that's not all. Peanuts are also high in omega-6 fatty acids, which promote inflammation in the body. While omega-6 are essential in moderation, most Americans already consume way too many compared to anti-inflammatory omega-3s. This imbalance leads to chronic low-grade inflammation, a major driver of conditions like arthritis, high blood pressure, cognitive decline, heart disease. In other words, if you're already dealing with joint pain or memory issues, eating peanuts could be making things worse. And let's not forget what happens after the peanuts leave the farm. Most commercial peanut products, including peanut butter, are loaded with hydrogenated oils, sugar, and salt. These additives increase oxidative stress and raise blood pressure, making them particularly risky for seniors with hypertension or diabetes. Even natural peanut butter isn't innocent. Because of its vitamin K content, peanut butter can interact with blood thinners like warfarin, potentially leading to dangerous clotting issues. 2. Cashews, the sugar bomb disguised as a nut. Cashews are sweet, creamy, and easy to love, but they're also sneaky. While many people assume all nuts are low-carb and blood sugar friendly, cashews break the mold. 1 ounce of cashews contains around 9 grams of carbohydrates, mostly from simple sugars. Compare that to almonds or walnuts, which contain around 4-5 g of carbs per ounce, and you start to see the problem. For the 25% of seniors over 60 who are diabetic and the 48% who are pre-diabetic, this makes cashews a risky snack. Eating too many cashews can cause blood sugar spikes, followed by crashes that leave you feeling tired, irritable, and hungry again soon after. But that's not all. Cashews also contain oxalates, naturally occurring compounds that bind with calcium in the gut and reduce absorption. This is especially concerning for seniors who are already at higher risk for osteoporosis due to declining bone density. Oxalates can also contribute to kidney stone formation, another growing concern as we age. And here's something few people know. Raw cashews contain a compound called urushiol, the same toxin found in poison ivy. To make cashews edible, they must undergo extensive processing, which unfortunately strips away many of their nutrients. What's left behind is a calorie-dense nut with relatively few antioxidants and minimal fiber. To make matters worse, many store-bought cashews are roasted in oil and heavily salted, turning a seemingly healthy snack into a potential contributor to heart disease and high blood pressure. 3. Macadamia nuts, the calorie-dense culprit. Macadamias are rich, buttery, and indulgent, but they're also the most calorie-dense nut on the planet. 1 ounce packs 200 calories and 22 g of fat, including 3 g of saturated fat. For seniors with slowing metabolisms, gallbladder issues, or heart concerns, macadamias can lead to weight gain, increased cholesterol, and digestive discomfort. Their hardness also poses a risk to seniors with dental implants, weak enamel, or difficulty chewing. And here's another issue: macadamias are expensive. This often tempts seniors on fixed incomes to buy cheaper, lower-quality versions that may be rancid or improperly stored, exposing them to oxidized fats that accelerate aging and inflammation. Many commercially available macadamias are roasted in oil and seasoned with salt, further increasing their sodium and saturated fat content. That buttery flavor? It's a signal to eat more, and that's a problem when you're trying to maintain a healthy weight. 4. Pine nuts, the medication disruptor. Pine nuts may seem innocent, but they carry a hidden danger: drug interactions. They interfere with over 60% of medications commonly prescribed to seniors, including statins, antidepressants, and blood pressure drugs. This means pine nuts can either reduce medication effectiveness or trigger unexpected side effects. They're also linked to pine mouth syndrome, a metallic taste that lasts for weeks and leads to appetite loss, weight loss, and malnutrition. Pine nuts are high in polyunsaturated fats that oxidize quickly, promoting inflammation. Their slick texture also makes them a choking hazard. And while they're often used in pesto and other gourmet dishes, many people don't realize that pine nuts can trigger digestive upset due to enzyme inhibitors that interfere with protein digestion. Putting it all together, a new way to snack, age, and thrive. Your golden years should be filled with vitality, not confusion, frustration, or declining health. By making informed choices about the nuts you eat, you're taking a powerful step toward better energy, sharper thinking, and stronger bones. Here's a quick recap. White heavy checkmark, eat these 4 nuts. Almonds, bone strength plus brain protection. Walnuts, brain boost plus heart health. Pistachios, blood pressure control plus eye protection. Brazil nuts, thyroid support plus anti-aging. Crossmark, avoid these 4 nuts. Peanuts, inflammatory plus toxin risk. Cashews, high sugar plus oxalate danger. Macadamias, calorie bomb plus heart strain. Pine nuts, drug interactions plus taste disruption. Remember, small dietary changes can lead to big results over time. Whether you swap peanut butter for almond butter, replace cashews with walnuts in your trail mix, or start adding Brazil nuts to your morning smoothie, each choice adds up. Because when it comes to aging, you're not just surviving, you're thriving. Conclusion: eat smart, live well. Aging is inevitable, but declining health doesn't have to be. You have the power to shape your future with every bite you take. And when it comes to nuts, the difference between a good choice and a bad one can be measured in years of quality life. So next time you reach for that bag of peanuts or cashews, pause and ask yourself, is this snack feeding my body or fighting it? Make the switch. Make the difference. You have the power to shape your future with every bite you take. And when it comes to nuts, the difference between a good choice and a bad one can be measured in years of quality life. The truth is simple. Not all nuts are created equal, especially when you're over 60. Some, like almonds, walnuts, pistachios, and Brazil nuts, are true superfoods. They support your brain, protect your heart, strengthen your bones, and even help your thyroid function at its best. Others, like peanuts, cashews, macadamias, and pine nuts, may seem healthy at first glance, but they come with hidden dangers. From inflammation and blood sugar spikes to drug interactions and toxin exposure, these nuts can silently work against your body instead of for it. But here's the good news. Small changes lead to big results. Swapping peanut butter for almond butter, choosing walnuts over cashews, replacing macadamias with pistachios, adding just 1 Brazil nut a day. These aren't drastic changes, but over time, they add up to better energy, sharper thinking, and stronger bodies. Let me leave you with this thought. Your golden years should be filled with vitality, not confusion, frustration, or declining health. You've spent a lifetime building memories, relationships, and wisdom. Now it's time to invest in your well-being so you can enjoy every moment of what comes next. Because when it comes to aging, you're not just surviving, you're thriving.